it working? Oh, you were fine, Mr. Rivers.
That's what we have down.
All right, we will now go into the challenge against Kimberly Nicole Doran, that this person is not a resident of the state of North Carolina.
It's got a manual, okay.
All right, and I will say first that her letter was returned under, her first class letter was returned under. And also that Ms. Gordon was aware of these proceedings because she actually had an email address that Linda sent her all this information also.
Ready?
Ready?
All right, so I want to remind the board that exhibits A through G still apply. And exhibit H. Exhibit H is her request for absentee ballot. Exhibit I is an email from Ms. Darden indicating that her ballot was attached to the Pasquotank Board of Election. Exhibit J is the ballot container. Exhibit K,
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Exhibit K is her voter registration. Exhibit L is her LinkedIn page from the web.
And for those in the audience, it says she's the manager at the United States Department of Defense. Currently, Virginia College, United States Department of Defense, and a business instructor at Virginia College.
In Richmond, Virginia.
Where did it say that?
Right under that, see where it says Virginia College? Educational and business instructor, Virginia College, under that it says June 12th
To present in Richmond, Virginia. Okay.
Exhibit M is her MBA graduation list from Hampton University in 2012. Exhibit N, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Exhibit N is her voter history. Thing I'd like you to know is the last time before this election, she voted on the 11/3/2009, 11/4/2008 general election. Was the last time she voted before now. Exhibit O is her ECSU McNair Scholar Book 2009, showing the picture. That kind of validates that, verifies where she's, her picture that goes along with her other website. To validate that it's her. if you look on page 2 of O, down at the very bottom, on the right-hand column. And Exhibit P is a Google map showing residential neighborhood 730 Peninsula Drive, Newport News, Virginia. This is what she lists her address as.
Okay,
Ready?
yeah.
All
I
right.
just write down things I'm seeing,
Okay.
sorry.
So Kimberly Nicole Darden, registration date was 10/3/2008. Her registration address is at ECSU 1704 Weeksville Road, box 1243. She canceled her registration from 429 Bank Street, Greensboro, North Carolina, 27401. She's currently 31 years old. An absentee ballot was requested and her mail-in ballot assigned was CIV TAC-606. She also requested that her ballot be mailed to 730 Peninsula Drive, Newport News, Virginia, 23605. That's a residential address that you have a picture of the Google map. So the evidence that Kimberly Nicole Darden does not reside at 1704 Weeksville Road. She is not shown as a residential student on ECSU's residence list provided to the Pasquotank County Board of Elections October 2012. Kimberly Nicole Darden's picture from McNair Scholars News and Journal, 2009, volume number 4, published by ECSU, showing a picture of Kimberly Nicole Darden that matches her photo on her LinkedIn page. Kimberly Nicole Darden's LinkedIn page showing the following: she was a business instructor at Virginia College, Richmond, Virginia, from June 12 to the present. She is a manager at the United States Department of Defense in Norfolk, Virginia, from June 12 to the present. She attended and received her MBA from Hampton University from 2010 to 2012. She graduated from ECSU 2010. She was a Ronald McNair Scholar. She is shown on Hampton University's May 13, 2012 candidate for graduation list as of 4/2012, page 11, and the web address is on the sheet right here in front of you.
And that was,
That's the
Which
Hampton,
was
this is on
that?
this sheet right here, the Hampton University web address. See it? Top of the page, page 3.
on page 2, that's why I can't see it, on page 2, sorry.
And what does that show again? What's,
All right, wait a minute. It shows,
This shows she's on that graduation list. If you go to that website, it'll pull up the graduation list. And it
This
shows-
is not in your regular exhibits, was it?
Yeah.
It is M? Okay, thank you, M.
Page
Okay,
two.
okay, thank you.
Okay, right, right in there.
Okay, gotcha.
For the date. All right, let me look in the housing list. Here it is, it's the roughly the one.
Excuse me, may I see the envelope that came back? The letter that came back, is this it right here?
George, yes. There are 3 Dardens on the housing list, but none of them are Kimberly Nicole Darden.
You ready?
Yes.
One of the things I want you to note on the following, so when she registered for her, in 2008, her phone number was 252-384-1774. On her request for absentee ballot and her email, she lists her phone number as 757-236-3946. I would like you to note that a 757 area code is in Virginia. Kimberly Nicole's email address that she's been communicating with the Board of Election, I believe, is kimberly.darden2@myhamptonu.edu, which is an official website of Hampton University. Based on the full requirements of residency, abandonment of first domicile, Kimberly Nicole Darden matriculated from ECSU in 2010 and entered Hampton University in Virginia. She lost all rights to university housing at 1704 Weeksville Road. Have the intention not to return to the first domicile. Kimberly Nicole Darden shows a new address in Virginia, works in Virginia, has completed a higher degree in Virginia, and changed her phone number from 252 area code to 757 area code. She uses a Hampton University email address, identifying with the Virginia school instead of ECSU in North Carolina. Acquire a new domicile by actual residence in that domicile. Kimberly Nicole Darden has requested her absentee ballot be mailed to 730 Peninsula Drive, Newport News, Virginia, which is a residential area of Newport News, Virginia. And you have a copy of that, a picture of that residence in your evidence.
We ask for all cell phones to be turned off, please.
Have the intention of making the new residence a permanent home. What we do know is that Kimberly Nicole Darden has no expectations of being able to make 1704 Weeksville Road, Elizabeth City, North Carolina, a permanent home, as this is the address for students residing in campus housing at Elizabeth City State University. Again, if you go to the website, it talks about residence hall occupancy is limited to accepted and enrolled students. Do you have any questions for me?
You have any questions, Mr. Scan?
Well, I have one question, back to this. You claim that, Ms. Darden has no intention of moving back to Elizabeth City.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, that's what I
No,
misunderstood.
sir, I said she has no intention of returning and residing at 1704 Weeksville Road.
Okay,
That's what I said.
okay, thank you.
Mr. Irwin, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, her challenge was that the person's not a resident of the state of North Carolina. Some of the main things that I got from the evidence presented by Pete were, she graduated from ECSU in 2010. She's now 31 years old. She was listed as a Hampton University graduate in May of 2012. She was at Hampton University from 2010 to 2012. On her resume, it says that she is a business instructor at Virginia College from June 2012 to the present. She was not on the residence list. She's using an email from Hampton University. The thing about the telephone, I can't really, my son lives in New York and he has a 252 area code, so, that's just, I mean, it's part of your evidence, but, I couldn't count it just on that kind of stuff. And her first class letter was returned undeliverable.
Madam Chairman,
Yes, sir, that's what I saw.
do we have a Julie address for Ms. Darden?
The address, her ballot was sent to 730 Peninsula Drive, Newport News, Virginia.
Did we send this to?
No, we sent it to the address that she was registered at.
Okay.
That's the address she's still
Well,
registered at.
I'm reminding you of the Ms. Thomas case.
I also emailed her.
You emailed, but you didn't send it.
I sent the notice of the challenge to her at the email address that she gave when she requested her absentee out, and I have not had a response from her.
Okay. But, we did have a physical address for her,
Just the
and
one.
we didn't send this notice. Okay, thank you, that's all.
But the notice had to be sent to the address that she's registered to vote. You don't just pick any address, send it to, it has to be, right? The notice, we're questioning her ability to vote at 1704, that's why it was
Well,
sent to
did we
that
have a
address.
similar case where we sent this to an address in California? And we got back an answer?
Yes, ma'am, I'd like to. Could you go to the opening statement I made?
Yes,
You
I know.
disqualified a voter under the same circumstances.
That's what I'm saying, and you know what? We did qualify her.
No,
And we
you
found-
disqualified her.
No, we didn't. We reinstated her because we found out that she was out there on visit.
She submitted a change of address to us with this county,
Later on,
yes.
not during this, later on.
No,
When we sent her notice that we were disqualifying her to the address she gave us, she returned. She didn't call.
So, but,
Did she
but,
live in
but my allegation is she doesn't live in 1704.
no, she doesn't.
And she doesn't live in the state.
Well,
Yes,
we,
She provided no up-to-date.
She did.
Ileana did.
Ileana did.
She
And what I'm
provided
saying,
up to
Ms.
date.
Darden, or Ms.
and,
Yeah.
Kimberly
Ms.
Doran.
Faze- Are we talking about Kimberly?
Yes.
Okay, we ain't got the phase on it, okay.
You're saying that Kimberly no longer lives at 1704.
And she
in
no
the
longer
state.
lives in the state.
Right.
By the very fact that she left this, you can't, from Pete's perspective, if you're living on campus at Hampton University to get your master's, you're not living in the state of North Carolina.
my suggestion is to send Ms. Golden a letter at that address. And if she doesn't answer, sustain it.
We sent her an email
But
with
we
all
did
of
not
this.
send it. We did not send it. Well, we sent an email, but we
We
did not send it.
sent the email to the very address that she was corresponding with us, so we
Mhm.
know she had to get that scheduled.
Well, we don't know. Oh, we did send her a first class letter to the address which she wanted it
You
sent.
don't, the
Well,
address you send the first class letter to,
Well,
is
yeah.
that correct, is to the address that they're registered?
my problem is this, we did it for one, we found out some additional information. We could spend another 31, 32 cents to find out if this lady is, in fact, has any validity. That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying anything you said is wrong.
I can wait till 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock whenever we close, but this is a challenge. You've got to
Okay.
follow the rules of the challenge.
What does it say about the letters? It did say it is prima facie evidence if it comes back undeliverable.
Yeah,
What
I
is it?
realize that.
To the address of the voter listed in the registration records of the county, it's on page 149, 163-86B.
One thing I'd like to remind you, a comment at the beginning, I'm not trying to determine where they live. I'm providing you proof of evidence that they are not living where they say they live.
All right, what letter were you doing on 149,
B.
B?
It's in there twice too, it's on page 146 also.
The notice to the challenge will be sent to the address of the voter listed in the registration records of the county.
Yeah.
What one was that? What page was that on?
That's on 149. And what's this on 146?
It's 146E.
The presentation of a letter mailed by returnable first-class mail to the voter at the address listed on the voter registration card and returned because the person does not live at the address shall constitute prima facie evidence that the person no longer resides in the precinct. I will say again, I think there is a, what was it, the thing that we said on one of those, hearings, that we have to have lots and lots of evidence? What do you call that, Mike?
An abundance.
Preponderance.
Preponderance of evidence that this person does not live in this state. Do I have a motion to sustain or to overrule her challenge? Okay, I make a motion to sustain the challenge to Kimberly Darden due to a preponderance of evidence that she does not live in the state.
Outside of affirmative proof is the standard here, but if it's
Affirmative
it's
proof.
close enough,
All right,
I know it's being.
affirmative proof that she does not live in this state. Seconded by Mr. Only. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, like sign.
Nay.
Can you pull her stuff so I can? The last one is Destiny, Dawn Faison, and her, challenge is the person is not a resident of the county in which they are registered. Can you wait just a minute, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Name down.
Yes, ma'am.
Challenge sustained. will start by saying that Ms., where's Ms. Stacy's? Do you have Ms. Stacy's letter, or do I have it? I'm looking for her letter.
Is she absent?
No, the one that was returned undeliverable. That's what I'm looking for. No, that's Highsmith and, no, not her. We're doing Destiny Basin. I think I have to, you see it, Betsy. It's just gonna be.
No, I handed it back, I just looked at, handed it back.
Okay, it's here someplace.
Let me see.
She go to Kimberly Gordon?
Face.
One stop.
Yes, that's who we're doing. For the record, her, notice was returned undeliverable. Notice of challenge. I'm doing that for a reason. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Ready? The exhibit list, A through G, still applies to this also, okay?
Right.
So, on your exhibits, the first one is AA, which is her voter registration. BB is her no excuse application.
Wait a minute till
I'm
she
sorry.
find it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
It's way in the back. You'll only be able to see the letters at the top right. Keep going, keep going. Where's that? Where's he at? You're getting close.
Mr. Kilby, you did say it was the AA on this one, start AA
I'm
or
sorry, yes,
BB?
sir, AA.
Thank you, okay.
There you go, okay, that's the voter registration, AA, okay?
BB, you ready? I'm sorry. BB is the no excuse absentee application. CC is her Facebook page. And DD is her
Wait a minute,
voter
I will-
I'm sorry.
On her, on CC, it says she lives in Woodland, North Carolina. It says it up there. That's Northampton County. That's Northampton County?
One thing to note, please, is there's a picture of her graduation, her cake, I guess, at her graduation. And the date on it is clearly 2011.
Where's the?
That's the big picture at the
Okay,
top.
I see, yeah, yeah.
Okay, and if you look, there's a small Google map there. lists her address. It puts a little, there's a tab there. She doesn't give a street there, but it references where she lives. It'll go on Google Maps. DD is her voter history. And if you look, the last two times she's voted was on 11/4/2008, 5/6/2008, before this time. Ready? Okay. Destiny Ladon Faison is, her registration date was on 2007, 12/6/2007. The registration that the address that she claimed was 1704 Weeksville Road, Bias Hall. She's 23 years old. Ms. Faison is not on the ECSU residence list for fall of 2012.
Let's verify that.
Okay.
There are 3 Fasons, but there is not Destiny Ladon. Y'all would like to look at that. It's not that, her name is Destiny Ladon Fason.
No, it's okay.
Okay, Ms. Faison is not on the ECSU residence list we just discussed. Ms. Faison's Facebook page indicates that she graduated from ECSU in 2011 and is from Woodland, North Carolina in Northampton County. And she's very specific on the Google map. She actually points that out. I guess if we went back, we could pull up, that would give us a street. And she currently lives in Woodland, North Carolina. She does not meet the residency requirements as available records indicate she's not a student, nor does she reside at 1704 Weeksville Road by her own admission, or on campus housing for ECSU. She does not have a current ECSU email address. One thing we'd like to note, we viewed her original signature on the registration card and compared it to her voter authorization. And there is some question if it is the same signature. If you look at, they even spelled the first name incorrectly on one of them. The slant to the signature is different. That doesn't have a whole lot, but you would think she would be able to spell her own name correctly both times.
We have those redacted in the.
They're redacted, but we examined them this
Okay.
morning in the Board of Election office in front of this page.
Okay. Do you have that, Michelle?
There we go. All right, here's what she put. Here's what I did. Here's another one, too. Here's another one.
Do you see what we're talking about? It's obvious that somebody misspelled one of the first name. So I will tell you, I still allege that she doesn't live at 1704. But I'm not sure she cast that ballot. But I'm still saying that the person, that she doesn't live at 1704, that's the evidence that I provided you. And that's all we can go on, because we don't know who cast the ballot. But I think it brings into some question who cast that ballot. And I don't think she should be penalized down the road if she didn't. But that's not why we're here today.
Right. So the challenge is that the person is not a resident of the county originally registered in 2007, and she last voted in 2008 until this last presidential election came in 2012. There's evidence that she graduated from Elizabeth City State in 2011. On her, let me look at that. On her Facebook page, she lives in Woodland, North Carolina, which is in went to Hertford County High School.
Northampton County,
But it says Hertford County High on this thing right here.
but Woodland, I think, is in Northampton.
Okay. No, I'm not saying it's not Northampton, but on her Facebook page, she mentions something about Hertford County High School. I guess she likes Hertford County High School. Maybe that's what she likes. I'll tell you what I have found. The notice of the challenge was returned undeliverable. She's not on the residence list at the university. She's 23. She's not currently, she doesn't currently have ECSU email. Her Facebook page says that she lives in Woodland, North Carolina, which is in Northampton County. And she even shows a Google map of her address. I do know that on Facebook, young people are very quick to change anything that's not right. If I went to somebody's page that just got a new job yesterday and they already had a new employer on them, they're very quick to change things. And it is questionable about the signatures. They really don't all look the same, but I'm not a signature expert. But we're not, that's not, if it wasn't her, it certainly wasn't her fault. Anybody like to make a motion? Okay, I make the motion to sustain the challenge to Destiny Basin as she is not a resident of Pasquotank County. Because there is a, what do I call it, look at it? No, it's
Affirmative proof.
affirmative proof and the evidence that she lives in another county.
Second that motion.
All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
That'll be sustained. Anything else, Mr. Gilbert?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to say this. When are we gonna put something in place so we don't have to do this? I have a solution. I'd like it on the record.
Okay.
Before an election, within 6 months, that the Democrat chair, the Republican chair, the Board of Election, and the Chancellor of ECSU sit down and go over the currently registered voters at ECSU, using 1704 Weeksville Road as an address. Go over the current list that he provides you, the ones that he can validate that are not currently students there. We allow this college to send them letters advising them to please change their address, that they're no longer able to use 1704 as an address. We can do that in a bipartisan manner with no penalty to the students. There's there would be no hard feelings, no ugliness. We can all agree, and we'll be doing it for the students. We won't be doing it for us. We won't be doing it for one party or the other, and we can do it together. Because we cannot continue to do this. Because, Madam Chairman, I will tell you, this is the tip of the iceberg in this past election. And I'm sure that this board's got more things to do than sit and do one of these every other week for the next 6 months. So we have to find a way to fix this process. I don't want to deny anybody the right to vote, but vote where you're supposed to, and that's the only thing that I'm asking. The law clearly says if you live on campus at ECSU, you can use 1704 Weeksville Road as your voting address, and and that's your right to vote, using that as your address. But if you have left that, why does somebody have to chase behind you and validate it? I see no reason why that somebody would want to use that address and they don't live there anymore. There has to be some reason for that. And I think a lot of times, these young adults on campus are getting bad advice from different organizations. I think Mr. Highsmith got some bad advice. And I will tell you, it's despicable that people are using these students and these kids on that campus for their own means. But the integrity of the voting process is important. And the folks that oversee the process, y'all are just as important. And you've got more things to do to chase this. But I, Pete Gilbert, will not continue to allow this to be done. What happened right here with these four, because I will tell you, it's the tip of the iceberg. And I'm more than willing to sit down with my counterpart on the other side of the aisle and figure out a way to fix this where the students don't have to come in here and sit and be embarrassed. It's not fair to them, it's not fair to you, it's not fair to us.
I will say, what we have been told many times in Raleigh, we are not the election police. And I do agree, I really hate to see people giving misinformation. In fact, this year, I met with Vice President of Student Government and Vice Chancellor, and the President of the Student NAACP has worked very closely with Ms. Page, and she's tried to explain what the rules are for registration so that things are done correctly. And we've, out of this office, we've tried very hard to educate people on what needs to be done. But I, as a person, cannot control people that use an address as their.
I understand, and I will tell you.
And I'm not saying I personally, I agree. Once you graduate from college, you should not be using a college address.
I've had several dealings with the board, and I'll be the first to say, you've always been above board, and you've always followed the law. And I appreciate your service to the county. But I will tell you, we have to fix this, because I'm tired of this. My friends are tired of this, but they're gonna keep on doing it if we don't put a process in place. Just something to help remind them, hey, some of these kids, Ms. Faison, because of I will tell you, her 2 signatures, she may not have even voted. But her name's still on the ballot, and people are, so you had 2 dead people vote, okay, or attempt to vote. So this may be another case of somebody attempted to vote using her name. And it's not fair to her for us to be dragging her through the mud for this. But we have to put something in place to fix this process. And I'll be more than willing to sit down with my counterpart to figure it out, if he's willing to sit down.
There's definitely a problem here. It is costing this county so much money to do all these challenges. It costs, that's why we're doing it in this office today, so we didn't have to pay $1,000 for a court reporter. So if there's any way that we could, and that's why we have our own videographer today, but if there's any way this could be worked out, even if it's only education-wise, that people know, once you leave college, you cannot use the college address. And maybe that would be something that we could approach the chancellor, because I will say the chancellor's worked very closely with this office trying to get the right information out there.
I also request a copy of it.
I don't know how you do it, so we'll figure it out. there
Thank you for your
anything,
time. Thank you.
is there anything else to come before the board? We will,
Madam Chair, I'd like just for the board to authorize you to sign the orders, I'll prepare them, and, consent or the motion that is one, and I'll get those to you in the day or two.
you want to make,
So moved.
you second that, Mr. Evans?
Yes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And, so now I make a motion that we recess for lunch at 2:30 to
Thank you.
come back to the camera.
Thank you, that's it.
You finished this, I know what it is.
Just let me know what costs money. Okay, well, if you just put it on contract.
I don't think means, I would say immediately upon being done. Yeah. I mean, when they're written down, they'll have to type them up or whatever, but I would say, you know, days, a couple of days.
Appreciate it. How you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yes. You're Republican and you're not, there's something wrong.
Okay, I agree. You got more to deal with than you did that.
Okay. Do you have a request?
Bye. See you later.